On July 1st, 2026, 18 days from now, the federal government is going to start a 90-day countdown clock on 7.5 million student loan borrowers. And if you're one of them and you don't act before that clock runs out, the government will pick your repayment plan for you. That plan costs hundreds of dollars more per month than what you'd pay if you chose your own. My name is Anna. I make videos that hand you the exact financial decision I'd make if this were my money. And today, that decision is this. Which student loan repayment plan do you switch to before September 30th? If you want more videos that break down complicated money decisions into something you can actually act on, subscribe before you keep watching. Takes 2 seconds. Let's start by looking at the backstory of why this is happening. Quick backstory because a lot of people are confused about what's happening. The SAVE plan is gone. In March 2026, a federal court permanently struck it down. Over 7 million borrowers who were enrolled in SAVE are still technically in forbearance. But interest has been growing since August 2025. You are not in the clear, you are in a waiting room, and the clock just got announced. Here's what July 1st does and doesn't mean. July 1st is not a payment deadline. You will not suddenly owe money on July 1st. What happens July 1st is that your loan servicer sends you a formal letter, a 90-day transition notice. That notice starts a clock. By roughly September 30th, you need to be enrolled in a new repayment plan, or the Department of Education automatically drops you into Standard Repayment. Standard Repayment is not income-driven. It does not care how much you make. It takes your full loan balance, calculates a fixed 10-year payment, and that's your bill. On a $35,000 loan, that's around $397 a month. Every month. Whether you're making $28,000 or $80,000, that is why this matters. You have 3 real options right now. Let me walk through each one. Option 1, Standard Repayment, the auto default. I'm covering this first because it's what happens if you do nothing, and most people assume it won't be that bad. It is that bad. Standard Repayment is calculated on your full loan balance regardless of your income. For someone earning $35,000 a year with $35,000 in loans, your monthly payment could be 3 or 4 times higher than any income-driven plan. It doesn't matter that you're paying rent, utilities, and groceries on that same $35,000. The only scenario where Standard Repayment makes sense is if your loan balance is small relative to your income, and you can knock it out in under 10 years. If that's you, it's actually the cheapest path overall. But for anyone who would benefit from income-based payments, being dropped into Standard is a penalty for inaction. There's also a specific serious problem for one group of borrowers, and I'll cover that in a minute. Option 2, IBR, Income-Based Repayment, available right now. Income-Based Repayment is the one plan that is open right now, stays open after July 1st, and works the way income-driven repayment is supposed to work. Here's how it calculates your payment. First, it identifies your discretionary income. That's everything you earn above 150% of the federal poverty line, which for a single person in 2026 is roughly $23,400. So if you're making $40,000 a year, your discretionary income is about $16,600. IBR takes 10% of that number. $16,600 times 10% is $1,660 per year. Divided by 12, your monthly payment is about $138. If you're making $30,000, your discretionary income is around $6,600. Your monthly payment is approximately $55. If your income is low enough that your IBR payment would be $0, you still get credit toward forgiveness. Those months count. Forgiveness under new IBR. If your loans were first disbursed after July 1st, 2014, comes at 20 years. Old IBR is 25 years. Either way, if you're pursuing PSLF, IBR counts. You can apply at StudentAid.gov right now, today, before this video ends. More on the exact process in a moment. Option 3, RAP, the Repayment Assistance Plan, launching July 1st. RAP is brand new. It launches the same day servicers start sending notices. RAP uses a different calculation than IBR. It does not use discretionary income. It uses your total adjusted gross income directly. The formula is a sliding scale. And it goes up 1% per $10,000 bracket, capping at 10% for incomes above $100,000. At $40,000 income, your RAP payment is 3% of $40,000, which is $1,200 per year, $100 a month. Compare that to IBR at the same income, $138 a month. RAP is actually cheaper here, but there's a trade-off. RAP takes 30 years to reach forgiveness. IBR reaches it in 20. If you're in your mid-20s making $40,000 with $50,000 in loans, the difference is significant. RAP has one major advantage. It prevents your balance from growing. If your payment doesn't cover interest, the government waives the rest. RAP kept SAVE's best feature. If you're deciding between IBR and RAP, run the numbers on your specific income, family size, and loan balance using the loan simulator. For most Gen Z borrowers under $50,000 income, IBR will likely give a lower payment because it excludes protected income. RAP becomes more competitive as income rises. Let me give you the decision I would make in 4 different situations. If you're pursuing PSLF, act immediately before July 1st. Do not wait for your servicer's notice. Apply for IBR right now. Standard repayment does not count toward PSLF. Every month you're on standard is a month you're not progressing toward forgiveness. This mistake costs years. If you were getting a $0 payment on Save because your income is very low, switch to IBR immediately. IBR will likely give you a $0 or near zero payment based on your income. RAP has a $10 minimum, which means IBR is strictly better at the lowest income levels. If you're a graduate student still borrowing money for school, this is the trap most people have not heard about. After July 1st, 2026, if you take out any new federal student loan, every single one of your existing loans gets pulled into RAP. Your IBR access disappears permanently, even for loans you've held for years. If you have undergrad loans on IBR, understand this before you borrow. Consider completing your current IBR enrollment now and research your options carefully before accepting any new loan disbursements after July 1st. If your loan balance is small, say $15,000 loans and $55,000 income, check standard or tiered standard first. No forgiveness needed if the balance is gone in 5 years. One more thing, if you fall through the cracks and miss the 90-day window, here is what happens. Day 1, your loan is delinquent. After 90 days, it's reported to credit bureaus. Average score drop is 62 points. That affects apartment applications, car loans, and mortgages. After 270 days, you're in default. The government can garnish wages, seize tax refunds, and offset Social Security. It's serious. There's a rehabilitation program, but it takes 9 months and the delinquency stays on your credit report for 7 years. Switch before September 30th. Go to StudentAid.gov/IDR, log in with your FSA ID, click Apply for an Income-Driven Repayment Plan, authorize the IRS to share income, takes 30 seconds. Select IBR, review the estimates, submit. Confirmation comes within 1 to 3 business days. Your servicer activates the plan within 30 to 60 days. Warning, over 576,000 applications are pending as of early 2026. Apply today, not in September. 3 things to take from this video. 1, if you're a Save borrower, your 90-day window starts July 1st. Don't wait for your servicer's letter. Apply for IBR at StudentAid.gov today. The application queue is long and you want to be near the front of it. 2, IBR is the right default for most Gen Z borrowers. The payment is based on what you actually earn. It qualifies for PSLF, and forgiveness comes in 20 years. Compare it to RAP on July 1st once RAP is live, but IBR is available right now, and there's no cost to starting. 3, if you are still borrowing in grad school or thinking about going back, do not take out any new federal loans after July 1st without understanding that it will eliminate your IBR access for everything. That is a permanent change, not a temporary one. Go to StudentAid.gov/IDR. The link works right now. 10 minutes is genuinely all this takes. If this video was useful, and I hope it was, subscribe. I'm covering every major student loan change this summer, so you don't have to spend 3 hours reading press releases. I'll see you in the next one.